In 2019 and early 2020, he was a young artist from Canarsie, New York, who was named Michelle Jackson, aka Pop Smoke. Over the years, we've seen a lot of talent in hip-hop, both come and go. The thing with Pop Smoke was, however, he was different. He felt real.
He never copied one thing from me. It influenced him, and he was doing his own thing with it.
With other rappers starting to notice Pop Smoke's raw talent, humble work ethic, and a unique voice from the drill scene, they co-signed Pop Smoke without hesitation.
Only one
you like Pop Smoke? You like
love Pop Smoke.
Oh, you better. Whoa, whoa, baby.
Now, speaking of Pop,
he was climbing the ranks and building such a huge buzz really fast. It was looking like he was going to take over the rap game really quick. But unfortunately, on February 19th, 2020, everything changed.
Now at 11, we're following breaking news. A rap star on the rise killed during a violent home invasion in the Hollywood Hills this morning.
Pop Smoke was tragically taken from his family, friends, and fans at just the young age of 20 years old. He had a bright future ahead of him, but the question is, just how big was Pop Smoke going to be?
My name was actually Papa.
You're the wolf. Don't let nobody get in between you and your creation. Don't say I ain't wrong.
Before Pop Smoke passed, he made it known that one of his dreams was to take his mom to an award show.
He said some shit, and he told his mother that he was going to take her to an award show.
In light of hearing of his passing and having a lot of love for Pop Smoke, 50 Cent vowed to help Pop to accomplish this dream.
And I just want to make that part real.
And to help his family, as 50 executive produced the album that Pop was working on for free.
I'm executive producing his album. You gotta believe, if you like PSD and a lot of shit he was doing already, then you already know what time it is.
50's hard work and selfless heart made a huge difference in making this dream happen. Everyone around Pop Smoke's camp was devastated, and they didn't know if they can continue on with production of the album.
I don't think that if I never had this conversation with 50, I don't know if we'd be having the same conversation right now. I don't know if this album would have came out and would have been this big.
But 50 made all of that change.
50 was like, yo, you can't let, he's like, you're being selfish. Emotions, or you being like in this depressed state. I guess he could tell. I was like, who's gonna keep his legacy going? Who's gonna make sure his music comes out so that he can take care of his family?
Pop Smoke's album Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon wasn't just a success. It would have been a dream come true for Pop Smoke.
And the BET Hip Hop Award for Best New Hip Hop Artist presented by Pandora goes to Pop Smoke.
It helped propel him to winning the Best New Hip Hop Artist Award for 2020, and it was his first #1 album.
You think he was that talented? I thought he was gonna be 6 months into it. I was like, yo, this kid's gonna be the biggest artist in the world.
The album was ranked second best in the year 2020 by Billboard, and also won Best Album of the Year at the Billboard Music Awards. Not to mention, the album came out of the gate so hot, it sold 251,000 units its first week, clinching the #1 album on the charts. To this day, the album has sold nearly 5 million units.
You know what I'm saying? Keep your mind straight on the prize. Don't let nothing get in between. You know what I'm saying? You gotta focus up. Like my boy Quavo said, fully focused. You know what I'm saying? Pretty focused. Gotta be fully focused.
Pop Smoke's album could be heard all over the world, as grieving fans listened with both happiness and sadness. The album really was a masterpiece, but it also signified one of the biggest questions. Was it going to be the last project we ever hear from Pop Smoke?
Nah, little TJ, man.
Oh yeah?
I don't with. If you notice why I don't do songs with niggas, my tape ain't have nobody on it, cause I don't wanna like niggas, not into them. You know what I'm saying? You know, cause we envious.
Pop Smoke was a person, not just an artist, who showed no fake love to anyone. Nonetheless, in his music, Pop didn't like working with many people unless he really, really liked you.
I see what a lot of y'all doing, cuz. You think I don't see it, but I see y'all sucking. You heard? And keep my name out your mouth.
Regardless, Pop Smoke's label have since released music with a lot of people. The list includes 50 Cent, Kanye West, Chris Brown, Lil Baby, Future, Rick Ross, Dua Lipa, Kid Cudi, Tyga, 21 Savage, and more. I'm sure Pop Smoke would have loved to work with many of these artists had he been here, but, like Pop said, he didn't really like to work with anyone.
Now, this new Pop Smoke album, Faith, what's the verdict on it? Well, it's a bad one. This album would have not sounded the way it sounded had he been here. All I really got was a bunch of other artists.
For Pop Smoke's second posthumous album, Faith, it's tough to say who Pop Smoke really would have liked to have on the album. Pop Smoke's producer was shared saying that Pop Smoke himself wouldn't have wanted a lot of this music released had he been here.
What is the aspiration 5 years from now? What's Pop Smoke look like?
5 years from now?
Yeah, to give
Sitting on the throne.
sitting on the throne.
I ain't gonna stop until I got 823 million.
To have an idea of Pop's projection, taking a look at those who he collaborated with can help us get an idea of where he was headed and who we can compare him to. Before Pop's album Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, he had worked with huge stars such as Nicki Minaj, who gave him a huge push as she remixed his song Welcome to the Party. He also worked with Travis Scott, who he teamed up with on the hit song Gaddy, Quavo, who took a large liking to Pop as he continued to work with him, Nav, Lil TJ, Gunna, and A Boogie with the Hoodie. But one artist in particular that Pop Smoke has always caught a lot of comparison to is 50 Cent.
Pop is like, he is 50 Cent. Like, it's a new version of it.
Say you a wankster, then you need to stop frontin'. You go to the dealership, but you never cop none. You been hustling a long time.
You say you a gangster, but you never pop none. We say you a wankster, and you need to stop frontin'. You go to the dealership, but you never cop.
Not only do they sound similar, but they also share the same last name in Jackson. Some people even joking that Pop is 50 Cent's son. Despite all this, upon meeting Pop Smoke, 50 Cent wasn't initially sure of him, even though he went on to like him. Take a look.
Yo, I'm watching him, right? This nigga keep playing with his phone. Like, you know, these little play with their phone all the time, bro. I'm like, yo, what the f is wrong with this? Right? I get up. I swear to God, the was right in what I said. Damn, man, I fell in love with the at that point. I fell in love with the I was like, yo.
Many people felt that Pop Smoke was a new sounding 50 Cent, and 50 himself also agreed, as he didn't think Pop Smoke was copying, and he felt he had his own spin on it.
He never copied one thing from me. It influenced him, and he was doing his own thing with it.
A lot of people say they hear you in him. He even said that when he started, he was, you know, very influenced by you.
It's a whole new vibe.
Getting a cosign from 50 Cent definitely helped Pop Smoke, as 50 is not only a legend in New York where they're from, but a legend in hip-hop in general. Other legendary artists who co-signed Pop Smoke were Snoop Dogg, DMX, Jadakiss, and more. Getting cosigns of any generation helps, but to have legends from the previous generation co-sign you will at least get you a look from the loyal fans from them. And it was evident that people of all ages took a liking to Pop Smoke's music, and that's a major factor in the trajectory of a young and new artist.
I'm like, Wayne, look, it's another thing when this talking to you and you looking at him and you going, nah, this not copy. This is this thing coming out of his mouth like mine.
Now, if we're being totally honest in this discussion, and before any projection of Pop Smoke's future, the elephant in the room and the unfortunate truth of the situation has to be addressed. When an artist passes away, it boosts their listeners, popularity, and sometimes projections. But this doesn't necessarily mean it wasn't going to happen. The artist just may have passed away before it was their time to shine.
He was a young, black, successful black man who just got over being a teenager, 20 years old. He had a lot of living to do.
Now, all of that aside, when you consider all the factors we've discussed in this video, such as cosigns, features, how marketable he was, how unique he was, leading the drill movement, and his album sale comparisons, in my opinion, I feel Pop would be somewhere in the range of peak Lil Baby or Gunna. Lil Baby has been said to be battling Drake for the most popular rapper in the game at times, and other times, well, he's been said to repeat the same kind of song over and over. Even with Pop Smoke's release, after he passed, the songs did not have all the same feel. He was unique, and he didn't have full control over this. I genuinely feel Pop Smoke would have been at this level in fighting for a top spot in rap after Drake. Because whether you like Drake or not, he is considered a rapper, and he does lead the charge in the moment. And in my opinion, I don't think Pop Smoke would have had the time to catch up to him yet. It's unfortunate that we will never get to know how big Pop Smoke was really going to get. I think he was going to be special, but I want you to let me know in the comment section, do you agree or disagree? And if you disagree, where would you have ranked him or who would you compare him to? And always remember, You can't say pop without the smoke.